We're joined with Charlotte Nash from the Artist Climate Collective. She just did a wonderful performance up there, and I know Grant and I have quite a few questions other than what's your ankle routine, because I was watching the way your toes were just pointed so firmly, and I was very impressed. Other than that, Charlotte, you founded the Artist Climate Collective, is that correct?
Yes, yeah, I did. Me and two other dancers founded it together. So
very cool. And how did that come about? And what's your reach? Like, how many performances have you done? How do people usually react?
Yeah, this is actually our first live performance, which is really cool. Yeah, we're very small. We started in 2020, and kind of as a passion project. I like most art institutions during the pandemic, ballet was kind of shut down, and so I was laid off. I went back to school, and I was looking for a way to bring the arts back into my life, and was also super inspired by the youth activists of the climate movement. So I reached out to two friends that I knew were also super inspired by it, and we started Artist Climate Collective. And yeah, we've been going ever since. We mainly do dance films. We've also done some galleries, and yeah, we kind of reach all spectrums of the arts, but this is our first live performance, so I'm super excited about it.
Wow. So, we're honored.
Yeah, seriously, I didn't know that was the first. That's awesome. The climate and biodiversity crises require all hands on deck.
Yes.
This is something I think that we know in this space. Lawyers should file lawsuits, policymakers should make policy. I was talking to Nethra about this before we got on. And oftentimes art is referenced kind of as an add-on, or yes, that makes sense, but outside of maybe a documentary feature that you are capturing what's happening as a result of climate disaster, I think a lot of people would have a hard time wrapping their head around where art fits and galvanizing action and bringing awareness. How would you describe that to the layperson who has no artistic talent?
AKA me.
Yeah, that's both of us.
I think art is essential, mainly because it brings people in, and it forms community and conversations around certain movements that you might not otherwise get with when you're watching a talk and there's a lot of scientific talk or acronyms, you can kind of get lost, but when you're watching art, it's something that we can all connect with, and it's like nature. You have a feeling of awe and a moment of reflection, and I think every social movement needs that. It has this unique emotional power to bring people in and make them want to be a part of the movement.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Was there a particular moment, like Joel was asking the audience here at the end about their aha moment in terms of what they've learned here in their 2 days as professionals joining at Bloom? Did you have an equivalent aha moment in terms of the intersection of climate and the art that you're able to bring to people, that you realized, oh, this is a quite powerful tool?
Yeah, I think the idea of hope, actually, because so often we're kind of in a doomsday scenario with the climate crisis, and sometimes you need to just step back and watch a dance or view a piece of art that brings you hope, or makes you excited for the future and what people can create, and look at these amazing things that we can do together as a community to create and bring people joy. And I think that has really resonated with me in the climate movement, what I can bring as an artist and share with the community. So.
Yeah, I like that idea of creation and bringing what you can to the table in your own talents. And you brought so much to the stage, and there was 3 dancers I saw. And I wanted to know, what was the story you were trying to tell with that piece? So
it was originally commissioned to give the audience a moment of reflection. So you guys have had this amazing event over the past 2 days, and I'm sure people have learned so much, and sometimes it can be overwhelming to go from talk to talk and breakout room to breakout room. So it's a time to watch art and have a space to reflect on what you've learned. And so we wanted to give people a sense of serenity and that feeling of being in the woods and just it's so nice to just be able to calm down for a second, calm your nervous system, and really be able to reflect on what you've learned here.
Love that. Well, we're very lucky to have had you at the sidebar, have had you on stage for your inaugural in-person event, the Balloon People.
Yes.
We're very appreciative. We've been talking to Charlotte Nash from the Artist Climate Collective. Thank you again for joining us, Charlotte.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Charlotte.
much. Yeah, that was so fun.